Hello,
and welcome
to the Minimum Wage Podcast.
where even the name is above our pay grade.
Did you find your camera this time?
I did.
Yes.
I was looking right at it.
Yes, dude.
I found you.
Thank God. I knew it was going to happen soon enough. I'm glad it finally happened, dude.
It did. It only took 3 tries.
Yeah, absolutely. Better than 5. Not as good as 1. Guess what? All of you that are looking at me right now know that I've had it right every single time.
If that ain't the truth.
Come on. If that ain't the
that's the
truth.
fact of the matter.
We talked about it already. It's not very hard for me to find a giant slab of iPad.
It is like kind of interesting having to like carry on a conversation with you, but every so often kind of like talk to the main camera right there, like me and you can be talking to each other but both look at the wide angle camera like this,
Yeah.
And
it's kind of odd, dude.
It is. It's kind of weird, and I can go over there on that camera and then I can go look at you.
And then you can.
That's wild.
The thing that I think about every time we record a pod is like the super crappy production, like C-grade shows. Like, I mean, Survivor, a lot of people love that. Let me just say for the record, it's a pretty crappy show, dude. The production quality at this point is super high because they've just put so much money into the show.
Right.
But when you realize the fact that these people are just staring into a camera while they're out in the middle of the woods, it makes it a lot less of like, oh my gosh, these people are going to die if they don't find their food or whatever.
To be fair, everything ever is just somebody looking into a camera.
Yeah, that's fair. If you see it online.
Every video ever, it's just somebody looking into a camera and talking to a camera because you're like talking, with the audience. Like, hello, audience. Have you liked this video? You should do that. Are you subscribed to our channel? Maybe consider doing that. Check out our Instagram at
The Minimum Wage Podcast. Pod.
It might be just, okay. It's just pod.
Just pod.
At the Minimum Wage Pod. We're on Spotify. If you noticed last week, by the way, I'm just going to bring this up real quick. Last week, the podcast had to wait an extra day to be put up on Spotify because of just how the RSS service works, and I didn't want to pay the money yet. So.
Amen. Yeah.
There it was.
We want to pay as little money as possible. We are, after all,
the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Amen.
So,
Exactly.
If anyone is trying to save a buck, you best believe it's us.
Absolutely, dude. There's nobody else other than us that are trying to save as little as much. That are trying to spend as little as we are. Yeah. Exactly.
Spend as little and save as much.
Without further ado,
may I say?
Apple, dude.
Apple.
So you're telling me that they recently announced they've gotten.
So Apple didn't announce it. There have been leaks about this for a while, but Mark Gurman recently made a little post saying that Apple will not be releasing their new MacBook Pros until like March of next year-ish. That's not like there's no set date or anything. Yeah. But around that time, and the reason that this is expected to be is because they're gonna have 3 nanometer processors.
Gracious me!
There's a lot of evidence pointing towards that. It's not confirmed. It's still possible that it won't be. But if it is the fact of the matter, that's insane.
That is wild, dude.
So, as a reference, the current M1 and I think the M2 do 5 nanometer.
I think so.
And then they're going to go to 3, and I think they have plans to advance to 2.
That's crazy.
I don't think you can go more. Can you do 1 nanometer processing?
They legit thought that there was a physical limitation at 3. They thought that 4 was the cap. Like, you could get 4, and that's like the best our processors are ever going to get.
And then they got 3.
And then they got 3. So, bottom line, I don't even know. They could have smaller than nano. I don't know.
At one point, is there just not enough like atoms
space
there?
Yeah, there's literally not space there
exactly.
to put anything.
Like,
yeah.
At what point is there no more room? And the answer is we don't know.
Story. So, you remember Alto Pablo? Any of y'all that have seen the pod, illustrious Alto Pablo.
By the way, drop us a comment if you want Alto Pablo to come back on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's enough want, then we can probably make it happen.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, Alto Pablo's grandpa is one of the funniest dudes alive.
If that ain't the truth.
If that ain't the truth. But his grandpa, every Sunday, their whole family goes out to Bojangles and has their little Sunday brunch or whatever.
Love that.
He grabbed a piece of bacon one time, and he said, "Boy, this bacon's so thin it only got one side." That is Apple's processors, dude. He said, boy, this bacon's so thin, it's only got one side.
This bacon's so small, it's living in one dimension.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Tough. But yeah, that's what Apple's trying to do, bro. They're trying to stop having 3-dimensional space on their processors.
It is wild. You know, speaking of Apple wanting to stop having stuff, do you think that they should be forced to have USB-C on their phones whenever they were pushing towards taking all ports away from the phone?
You know, this is a real good question that I've been wondering a lot about.
Should we allow portless? Like, do things have to have ports? Is that mandatory? Because eventually we're going to move towards a wireless age. I mean, we're just improving our wireless stuff a lot. For instance,
MagSafe.
My new phone over there, that thing right there, that camera, has a new type of Bluetooth, and it uses less power and it has more range.
Mercy.
But that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
It's just what it was, but it's better. Unfortunately, I can't take advantage of that because I don't have like a device. But if you have the new AirPods, those are capable of this new protocol for Bluetooth.
Oh, that's pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it like a lot. I was just thinking about this last night. I don't know if any of y'all remember the app. Way back in the day, if you had like an iPhone 5, you might have had this app. But it was called Bump. Okay? Bump worked to where you could go up to somebody with an iPhone that had the app, that had the Bump app. And if you both had it open, you could tap your phone on the other person's phone, and it would like give them your contact info.
Huh.
That app was incredibly before its time.
Yeah,
it was like...
That is pretty before... How did they know if they had tapped?
I don't know. I still, to this day, don't know how it worked.
It might have been...
Like the gyroscope or something. It feels like...
It could have been like a wireless thing, maybe. To where, like, if you had the app open, it was constantly, like...
Pinging.
Beaming out. And also looking for the, matching stuff. But yeah, that's actually very interesting because that's... these days, there are these cards that you can get. You can, like, have your contact stuff.
I've seen these, the RFID cards.
Someone taps your phone on it, and then it brings up, like, a contact, and you just copy that contact, and it saves.
Those are sick. So I've seen those, like, in business card form. So you have, like, your business card, and then it's actually like a RFID embedded business card to where you can go, you've got your little card, slap it on somebody's phone, immediately it either pulls up like your website or pulls up your contact card for them to add.
I want to get a couple of those and then have like
the LinkTree.
Have our podcast on. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, what is this? Boop. They have them in ring form.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's gotten to the point where like you can store it on a ring, wear that ring and say, here, scan this.
That's crazy. What do they do for like battery?
So how they're called NFC cards.
Okay, yeah.
And so somehow, well, okay, your phone transmits a frequency of sorts, a powered frequency that has enough energy in it to power what is on the card, and it can either read or write. It doesn't transmit like very far, it doesn't have range. But it like keeps a small amount of data because it's not a lot of data. It's very tiny amounts.
Yeah.
And then it just gives it enough power to where like it powers on a thing that transmits. You're gonna hear that garbage truck, aren't they? They're just gonna,
without a doubt.
They're gonna hear that loud
that garbage truck is so loud.
That thing is so loud. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
We apologize.
And now they're backing. I just heard the backup noise go off.
Oh, they better not.
Gracious
mercy.
What is going on?
But yeah, they're called NFC tags. You can get NFC tags, NFC cards, NFC rings. Obviously, a tag or a card will work better than a ring because you're trying to hit a much bigger target.
Yeah.
Than if you're just trying to hit, it's like a small patch on
the ring.
On top of the ring, yeah.
So it's not even just like a face of the ring. It's like a small patch on the ring.
It's like a little piece on top.
Dang.
But it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that is super cool, actually. Crazy technology. But just to think about how far technology has come.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to this dude yesterday. So I had a big chemistry test yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I try to be in bed by 9. Okay.
Right.
Yesterday, I was still in the gym at 9:45.
Mercy.
Mercy's right. It sucked. But that was all because of the fact that I had a chemistry test at night from 6 to 7 p.m.
Wait. Your test was at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
That's an awful time.
It's horrible,
That's
especially
just
for a man
atrocious.
that wakes up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's...
I've been up for 13 hours by the time the test rolls around. Best believe my brain ain't going to be at its best.
That's not it.
Apparently, your brain is at its best the first 2 hours you're awake.
I don't know about you,
I don't.
but for the first half an hour, I'm awake.
Oh
There really ain't.
There really ain't jack going on.
I tell you what, that ain't the peak. Or I
Lordy.
certainly hope that ain't the peak. Mercy.
Mercy, Lord. Yeah, well, believe it or not, that is the peak. If you can get up and get active in that, if you get up immediately when your alarm goes off, you immediately go outside, get fresh air. If it's light outside, you get your sunlight, come back in, start your day. Those first, that I guess hour and 45 now, that first hour and 45 of your day can be the most productive if you are able to actually harness that power.
Interesting.
Yeah. What's crazy, another little fun fact, Usain Bolt was able to run his record-breaking 100-meter dash less than 30 minutes after getting up.
Man's just hopped up out of bed and then said, all right, here we go.
He walked up out of bed and ran. Yeah, and broke a world record.
If that ain't the evidence, I don't know what is.
Legitimately, that's all the evidence I need, bro. But the thing about it is, it was so late. I didn't know how I was going to be able to get a good workout in. But before the workout, a little sidetrack. Before the workout, I saw this homeless dude outside of the Planet Fitness. And decided to go up, say what's up, start talking a little bit. Yeah. Turns out, homeless veteran, which is a big problem in America, oddly enough.
Yeah, especially there was a certain war, Vietnam.
Yeah. What's crazy is this is a Desert Storm soldier.
Oh, interesting.
So he was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And the biggest problem really is the VA, dude.
It needs some work.
It needs some major work.
It needs some major reforms.
Yeah, so we were talking about it, and the reality is he should be getting money. He should have been getting money this entire time.
But he just hasn't?
He just hasn't. And so right now, the way the VA works is you've got to go to appointment after appointment after appointment. And then, years down the road after meeting all these appointments, hitting all the guidelines, you might get your money. And then they back pay you. So for all the time that you were going through all that,
what?
They back pay you. But then it's like, why can't you just figure out my situation quick and then just not have to back pay? Just pay me.
Nah, that just sounds ass backwards.
Yes, it's absolutely back-ass words.
Back-ass
But
words.
the bottom line is, we were talking about the fact that this America that me and you live in today is not the America that this man was born in.
No.
I asked him what year he was born, and he said 1962. That man is kind of up there in age, kind of around my parents' age, believe it or not.
Mercy.
It blew my mind. Thinking about the technology that was there in 62
is nothing like what we have.
You probably couldn't
today.
even dream up what we have right now.
Yeah. No, because they didn't. Well, to some degree,
of them did.
Some of them did by making, stuff on TV, and because of those shows, those TV shows of this sci-fi technology, eventually someone said, "Is that science fiction, or can we just do that?"
We can just do that,
and then we just did it.
Yeah,
and it's like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's really how the progression seems to go. Like people dream up something, they create the concept for it, and then somebody sees that, and they're like, "Hold up, wait." I've been working on this technology for years and years and years, had no clue how to use it, had no clue what I could even use it for, but this right here happens to be the perfect use case.
This is the one.
You see this in math a lot, actually. There are mathematicians that create incredible formulas and things like that, and they never know what they're ever going to be used for. That's not their job. Their job is just to find them. Like, their job is to create the formulas, find the formulas.
This works. I don't know what it's good for, but Here it is.
Here it is. And then people then come along and they're like, whoa, this is what I've been looking for my whole life.
It's like, this is wild. This solves all the questions.
I need to figure out how much oil to put in my doggone car.
Mercy.
And now I'm using this equation.
You know?
It's some random dude thought up.
If that ain't the truth.
That ain't the truth. It's crazy how the world works, dude.
It is truly crazy.
Especially in the modern age where information can be transmitted so quickly.
Yeah.
New ideas can be spread like that.
Speaking of new ideas, you know, being able to spread, one of the most common places where new ideas spread these days is on Twitter.
Twitter.
Guess who just bought Twitter?
Elon
Musk.
Dude, it's a shame that you're not wearing your Tesla shirt today.
It is a shame.
Dude, for all the times that we've had on the pod with you wearing the Tesla shirt,
The
one day we talk about Elon.
I'm wearing the Spring Sprint one.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Spring Sprint. It's cool.
Shout out to the Spring Sprint.
Anyway, Elon bought Twitter. Did you see the joke that he made, by the way?
Yeah, walking in the Twitter HQ. Let that sink in. So this man posted a picture of him walking into Twitter headquarters carrying a sink. With the caption, walking into Twitter HQ, let that sink in. Maybe you'll even put it up on the screen. Maybe.
I might even. If I can find it, I will. Yes, incredible, dude. What a meme master, dude.
That's comical.
Bro, there's nobody else that I'd rather running Twitter.
People are flipping out over it, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, from what it looks like to me, he acquired a new company, brought in his top programmers and engineers to look in the code and see if they can make any fixes.
Yeah.
And their goal is to try to fix Twitter because, let's be real, it is a cesspool of hate.
Yeah.
That's how it's made. But one way to fix this, right, is to have accounts attached to like an ID.
Yeah.
But people would flip over that because that takes away their privacy. I can't be anonymous anymore. Oh, no, you can't say atrocious things anonymously. I have to be responsible for what I say?
God forbid.
Can't be having that.
No,
and
sir.
No one's forcing you to use Twitter. You know?
No, that's the bottom line. Did you see all the outrage from the blue check marks going to be like $20 per month?
No, it's $8.
So they dropped it.
$8 a month, yeah.
Okay, because
$8
originally
a month.
when I heard about it, it's going to be $20 a month if you want to keep the blue check mark.
That was his original
Proposal.
but he dropped it down to 8.
Okay.
You know? And like, you know, to be fair, I don't see the problem. Twitter needs to make money, and if you're not paying for it, then you are the product. If you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. So
let that sink in.
Yeah, let that sink in. You know, yeah.
That's right, dude. And I think about it like actually a very good thing, honestly. If they can remove ads from the platform, that's going to make the platform better for everyone. And the small percentage of people that have the blue check mark are only the ones paying for it, you know?
His goal is not to remove ads. His goal is to improve ads.
Okay.
He's like, ads shouldn't just be a bad thing. Ads should be a good thing. Like, you should want to have ads.
Yeah.
But right now, no one wants to have ads because the ads are awful. Like, they're never advertising what you want. Yeah. And if he can find a way to make that work, I don't know if he can. That remains to be seen. He has a lot of ambitious goals. People are freaking out over them. And I'm sitting here like, look, his goal is to improve the app. The app sucks as it is. It's garbage.
Yeah.
It's trash. So it can't really get much worse. So, hey, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it won't.
Time will tell.
Does it really matter? Honestly, I'm sure the world would be a much better place if he just went in there and said, we're just going to erase it all. Just erase the app.
Yeah, Twitter.
Company, not important. That'd probably be a good thing for the world. It would spread a lot less hate and a lot less conspiracy theories.
But is Twitter even really the worst?
Twitter is one of the most, yes, because Twitter is designed to breed hatred.
Okay. How so?
Hatred is because it creates engagement.
You're talking about like the trending stuff?
So like how you get engagement on Twitter, it's not through well thought out, proposals and ideas and discussions. It's through very short sentences, short, blunt, sharp. And these days there's just a big culture around being toxic, being hateful, like just trying to hate everything.
Yeah.
For no reason. And it's just dumb. It's stupid. It's not good. It's not healthy.
It's not getting us anywhere as a society.
Yeah. But people are just content to just be hateful, and that's just who they are, and that's just what they are. That people just identify themselves behind these toxic identities, behind this just random hatefulness on the internet for no reason.
Yeah, and Twitter seems to be a place where they congregate.
Oh yeah, they all congregate.
They all congregate over there.
I don't care what you believe, who you are, where your background is. They all congregate on Twitter. And
Yeah.
They all go at it. That they all are going after each other, and they're all in the wrong. Does everyone on the app do this? No. Why? How do I know this? Because that's just how stats work. But it is unlikely that everyone's doing this, and it's not. Like some of them are owned by companies,
Yeah.
and businesses, and people post news and updates. So it's not all bad.
Yeah.
But there's certainly a lot of hate among your everyday people.
Average Twitter user.
Not your big company accounts.
I want to go back to that. You saying like the big company accounts and all that. I think if you have the verified check mark, okay, you have the blue check mark on Twitter, chances are you're making money online somehow. So back to like the $8 thing, I don't think it should be a problem for anybody to have to spend $8 a month to keep that blue check mark.
In response to that, you know what I say? Cry about it.
Please cry about it.
Cry about it. Leave Twitter. No one's forcing you to use Twitter.
You can still have your free blue check mark on Instagram.
You should be happy that you used the app for free that long. I mean,
Realistically.
They have employees. They got to get paid. They got to make money. It's still a business.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still a business. And there's a lot of tech companies that are businesses that aren't making any money.
And the goal of a business is to make money. And there are, some businesses that choose to just make less money in order to allow their users to have more things.
Yeah. And Twitter, honestly, with it being bought by the entrepreneur that Elon Musk is, he's turned so many companies extremely profitable.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially, we think about like Tesla, dude.
Dude, Tesla is going to be worth $10 trillion. Mark my words.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's not a car manufacturer. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're a tech company. It's
a car manufacturer and a battery manufacturer and an energy storage and a robotics and an artificial intelligence and a manufacturing. And
yeah.
It's in everything.
Yeah, you're right. They really are everything.
Like, it's not just one company. It's like a bunch of different startups all tied up in one.
Yeah.
And it's just now beginning to start popping off. Like, they haven't released their robotics yet. They haven't released their artificial intelligences yet. Like, there's so much stuff that is yet to come that's just waiting. And I'm like, mercy, like, invest in Tesla.
Yeah.
All right. That's the
Mark
bottom
my
line.
words, invest in Tesla.
I have no money invested anywhere, but invest in Tesla.
Yeah.
I always tell people, invest in Tesla.
I have money invested in Tesla and Apple.
Yeah, there you go.
I won't say the other ones because the other ones are riskier.
Yeah.
But Tesla and Apple are two very good bets.
Tesla and Apple are safe bets. Will you be, again, they're not risky ones. So you're not going to be seeing them big immediate returns, but you give it 10, 20 years and you'll be happy that you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, you throw $1,000 in there right now.
Yeah,
10, 20 years,
pop off.
10, 20 years, imagine you have $100,000.
Exactly.
Just from those investments. And that's possible. It's absolutely possible. You look at, like, if you invested in Google when it was first starting, within the first couple of years of the company.
You are a wealthy lad right now.
You are fairly wealthy. It doesn't matter if you invested $100 in there. You've got a good chunk of change now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had a friend of mine. He was investing in Dogecoin.
Oh, yeah?
And he invested in Dogecoin, and he had his money in there for a couple days, got scared, pulled it out. Next day, Dogecoin went up by like 1,000% or something.
No,
it was insane.
That
he
is
would have.
sad.
He would have been. Well, he put $800 in. He would have made. He would have made like over 100,000.
That is insane.
It's crazy, dude. And
That's
this
so
is a friend of mine. Like, people are making massive fortunes, but those aren't safe bets.
No,
if you
at
want to
all.
lose $800, by all means, you very easily can.
Oh, it's a great way to lose your money. Like, it is a great way to just toss that money down the drain, never see it again.
Yeah. However, if you want that money to be sitting there, you just don't want to look at it. You don't want to have the ability to spend it. Throw it in a safe bet like Apple or Tesla.
Yep, because I don't think they're going anywhere.
I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon, for the very least.
I'll tell you what. And, well...
Dude, speaking of big tech companies that aren't going anywhere, though.
Oh, yeah?
Or maybe are going somewhere, Meta, dude.
Meta
is thrashing itself right now, dude. They're literally doing their absolute best to destroy the company. Like, if I was Mark Zuckerberg, I'm like, man,
how do I destroy everything that I've built?
Yes.
Boom.
I hate my company. I hate the way I live right now. I hate everything about everything going on.
Exactly.
I'm going to destroy it. I do exactly what you've done so far.
The amount of money that they've invested in Horizon Worlds and how bad it is comical.
I don't even know what Horizon Worlds is, so they're not investing in marketing too heavily.
It's their like metaverse chat room.
Oh, that's that thing where you
software.
get the little avatar.
Yeah.
Tough.
It's awful. It has a bunch of bugs.
It looks horrible, dude.
But recently they released a new headset, the MetaQuest.
Okay.
I believe. I think it retails at $1.5 grand.
Yeah, $1,500.
Which is quite a lot for the headset, the controllers, charging stand. Has all the stuff. There is a reason it costs so much money.
Why?
It's not just extremely marked up, although it is a bit marked up. So namely,
shout out to Zuckerberg.
The motes that you use have cameras on them. Not one, not two, but 3 cameras.
Each of them?
Each of them.
You got 6.
Plus, I think that the
headset itself
has some.
Gracious.
It builds a 3D model of the room you're in, so it tries to keep track of things. And each of these has a Snapdragon 622 on board, I believe.
Gracious me. Give them a little comparison.
If you have an Android phone, you probably don't even have something that good in it. Like, that processor is probably better than that. I think the Snapdragon 800 series is what you're going to see on your flagship ROG phones these days, and on most of your flagship models. I think there's like a Snapdragon 888, something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying these things.
Just saying numbers.
Yep.
Snapdragon number.
Just saying numbers. I'm sure most of our listeners don't know what those are. Yeah. I know what they are.
Basically, incredibly fast processors.
It's a processor that is insane that it is just reserved for each of the remotes. Like, just each one has that.
That's wild.
Which is insane.
The one question I had about the 3 cameras on each remote, what are they doing?
They're tracking the room and where they are with respect to everything.
Interesting. But the other ones were doing it they just had a gyroscope in them.
Right.
Something like that. So what is the advantage of having cameras?
It's more accurate, hypothetically.
Okay.
I mean, it takes a lot more processing because you have to take 3 camera feeds, process them, and then talk back and forth between the headset. Where is everything? How is it moving? So it makes sense that they have the processors they have in them, because if you think about how much processing you would need, it's it's about that much.
Yeah, they probably did need it. There's probably a reason why it's there.
Probably a reason that they probably didn't, just over-respect the heck out of them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just throw some crazy good processors.
Throw some crazy processors in there. We're trying to get to $1,500. We're only at about $1,000 now.
We're not paying enough money making this product, they're not trying to spend more on the product. They're trying to spend less.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
they're trying to spend less so that the consumers ultimately can spend less, and so you get more products sold.
Or so they can have bigger profit margins.
Amen to that, brother. Either way, they're trying to spend less versus more.
Exactly.
They're not going to overspec.
They are trying to save as much money and make as much money as possible.
Exactly. Much like ourselves.
Indeed. Mercy. But yeah, dude. But with that 1.5 grand price point, a couple last things on it. They have pretty good optics, I've heard. The screens are LCD because you don't need an OLED if it's that close to your face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like right here,
OLED will give you eye cancer.
Mercy.
Mark my words.
Mark my words. That's the fact of the matter.
I'm no doctor, but OLED will give you eye cancer.
OLED causes AIDS.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
We've known this for years.
Now the government's been keeping it a secret from you.
Exactly, yeah. They've been suppressing the information.
And let me tell you what, they found it out whenever they landed on the moon. That's the truth.
They did find that out. Yeah, that's why we don't know anything.
They spoke with the aliens on the moon.
The aliens told them,
and then they
OLED
brought
will
them
give
back.
You AIDS.
They brought the aliens back to Area 51, where they came up with OLED.
Oh, so the aliens told them that OLED would give them AIDS.
And so they came
so
and
they
made...
said, okay, we've got to give the population AIDS.
Yeah, and so now we all have AIDS.
Incredible.
That's that's the fact of the matter.
That is the fact of the matter. Man, I love to be an American.
What's crazy is some people can say something like that and then believe it.
They believe that they said that? You're saying somebody we can say that and then somebody believes that.
Right. There are people out there who would believe that. And that boggles my mind.
I love that, dude. The world we're living in, man.
OLED, a technology given to us by the aliens that we met when we landed on the moon and then developed by the government in Area 51, was distributed to the people in order to give them all AIDS.
I could say stranger things have happened. I can't say that, though. Have stranger things happen than the government making OLED screens by the aliens' request to give the entire population AIDS?
I don't think so.
I don't think stranger things have happened.
I don't think so.
That's about the strangest you can get.
Hey, if something stranger has happened, post it down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know, because I really want to know.
And I probably will not agree with you. Because
that's true, yeah.
It doesn't get more strange than that. It
doesn't get stranger than the OLED AIDS. The OLED epidemic.
Mercy.
Oh, man.
It's deadly.
It is.
It'll get you.
So... Meta, dude.
Meta
is actually ruining itself. This is how I started out. This is how I'm going to end. Right now, if you invested in Meta, you're crying.
Yeah.
If you invested in Meta anytime within the last 4 years, you're crying. Because, would you not know it, but within the past week, they actually hit an all-time low. Their stock price is lower than it's been in 4 years.
Wow.
It's been rising quarter over quarter over quarter for 4 years, and now it's all the way back.
Now, usually when you're a company, the goal is to increase in value and in your stock prices as you go over time. So to lose 4 years of progress,
catastrophic
like that, is awful. It doesn't get worse.
What blew my mind, though, was that Zuckerberg went from the 25th wealthiest person to only the 29th after losing $11 billion.
Well, once you get up to that rich, I mean, there's
big gaps between them.
There's pretty big gaps.
Yeah, clearly.
Between how much they got.
It's crazy, dude. $11 billion only dropped in 4 spaces.
That is wild.
That truly is wild. What's wild is I probably don't know the majority of the names on that list.
No, because they're probably all Arabian princes.
Yeah, facts. They're probably oil.
They're probably like some
oil
Indian
chic.
Oil this, oil that.
Oil this, oil that.
There's so much money in oil.
Yeah,
that's
because the world runs on oil.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, if you've got money...
Not for long, we're going to run out.
If you got money inside of what runs the entire world, then you're going to be making a lot of money. One thing that I found is the amount of impact you have is exactly related to the amount of money that you make. So the greater number of people that you can impact, the greater number of dollars you can make, which makes perfect sense because, obviously if you sell one thing to 100 people, you're going to be making, 100. So say it's a $1 thing, you can make it $100. However, if you can market that same thing to 1,000 people and sell it, you're going to be making $1,000. It's the same thing with business. If you're impacting a larger number of people, then you have a lot more chances to get money.
Right. Unless you're, unless your thing is the premium product.
And you're saying whereas they have no choice but to buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which there aren't too many of those because thank goodness by having a free market, I mean, there's competition for really everything.
Yeah. And I was going to say, if you have the one product that's, above all others, chances are it's not actually going to be catered toward every man.
Yeah.
Because it's probably going to be expensive.
Yep.
So you've got to have, there's really a balance between, exclusivity and price, because those very much go together.
Right.
The more exclusive, the higher the price.
Right.
But you can probably make a lot more money if it's a little less exclusive and a little cheaper.
Indeed.
Because you can market it to a much wider audience.
Can crank up them sales.
Yeah, those are really the two ways to go about a business. You can either do volume and just sell a ton of stuff at a very low price. That's the Ross, the TJ Maxx of the world. The Walmart, I guess.
Or you get that quality.
Or you get that quality. We're talking the Saint Laurent, the Louis Vuitton, the Supreme.
Although half that stuff looks like garbage.
Oh, bro, you're telling me, dude? Oh my gosh! I see homeless people that could be on the New York Fashion Week runway.
That's what I'm saying.
It's bruh.
Wasn't there someone who was like modeling in a trash bag, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful." I'm like, no,
it's
a trash bag,
dude. Homeless people wear that when it's raining, dude. Straight up, you ain't doing nothing new.
It's like. You ain't original?
No, not at all.
You're taking their style. Give them some credit.
Then they sell it for $4,000 and you're like, shit.
And
then people buy it.
It's
dude.
And then wear it and then say it's fashionable and then other people look at it and say that it's fashionable.
I won't be caught dead wearing a trash bag. Let me just say that, dude. If I need to, if I happen to be that homeless man that needs to get out of the rain, hey, best believe I'm donning that trash bag.
Exactly.
But if I've got the money to buy a $4,000 trash bag, I'm just not.
Well, if I got the money to buy a $4,000 trash bag, I don't have many problems. Apparently,
yeah.
Shoot, if I got the money, if I got $4,000 lying around,
might as well just buy that trash bag.
Buy a trash bag. Then
might as well just buy that trash bag.
Yeah, I mean, shoot,
Next thing I know, fast forward to John in 10 years, you're gonna be wearing trash bags.
We'll be wearing them $4,000 trash bags. Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh, not just any trash bag, a $4,000 trash bag.
Exactly.
Man.
So if you buy that, does it come with the holes pre-cut,
That's a good question. No, you gotta have another $4,000 for the holes.
There you go.
Otherwise, you just gotta bring it home. You gotta have your tailor cut the holes for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, then you can just pay your tailor $500 and then you call it a day.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So it's either $4,500 or it's $8,000.
Is that even tailoring? You can just grab a pair of scissors.
No, it's tailoring.
Out the drawer.
It's tailoring. You can't do it yourself.
Right.
I guarantee you cannot do it yourself. I don't care what scissors you have. I don't care if your measuring skills are top notch. If you're not a tailor and you're not making $500 an hour, it can't be done.
That's the bottom line.
This is expensive material we're working with. You understand? Can't be squandered.
There's some real good plastic.
Exactly, dude.
There's some high quality plastics.
Some high quality plastics.
Nah, that ain't no high quality plastics.
No, sir.
Dude, fashion is wild. The price on fashion is outrageous.
The thing about fashion, it's really, like I was kind of saying with the checkmark stuff on Twitter.
The price is artificial.
Yeah, well, the people that are able to have that are the same people that would be willing to pay for that.
Right. And then the only reason it has value is because it's attributed value. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that has value because that's that pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And like some of these pairs of shoes that people say cost so much, I'm like, I could buy that thing at like Payless or something, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
For like $20.
Payless is out of business now, but yeah, you could definitely buy it at Payless.
All right, I'll buy it at Rack Room. Shoot.
Doggone it, I'll buy it wherever I want to buy it. I'll buy it at Carnival Shoes, doggone it.
I'll tell you what.
I'll buy it at Target.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it.
Actually, I'm not going to buy it at Target. It's too expensive.
Target. You got to go to Rack Room.
I gotta go to Rack Room, dude.
Mercy,
I gotta go to Walmart.
There you go.
Walmart.
Walmart. Or, dude, Costco.
Costco actually has some insane deals.
Costco's got some insane deals on shoes.
Yeah, I do be liking to buy some shoes, like some minor clothes. It's not crazy. I'm not going to buy my whole wardrobe there.
Right.
By any means. But there are like some certain select items.
Indeed.
Maybe a little fleece.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little underwear here and there. Little undershirt here and there. Costco's the place.
Pants, you know.
Pants. Okay, yeah.
I was good sweatpants.
I actually didn't even think about that. Yeah. I have a couple pairs of khakis.
I think I have like 2 or 3 pairs of pants from Costco.
Yeah. They've got some beautiful like stretch khakis.
Really?
You can get, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mercy.
I don't know if they're selling them now, but I went in there one time. They were selling them.
And they also got Brownie Brittle.
Mercy. Oh, good Lord.
This man is a hustler.
I love Brownie Brittle, dude.
This man's always hustling.
Brownie Brittle, I went in there one time. Come to find, Brownie Brittle is half off.
You probably bought the whole stock, didn't you?
What? I said, well, let me go ahead and get 20 of them.
Went back and grabbed them like an extra cart, just filled them both up.
No, literally, I would have. The problem was, I got up to the front and they said, oh, I'm sorry. You can only allow 10 per customer. And I said, what? So you mean to tell me I got to go run back out, put these in my car, come back in, go back to where they are, come back, check them out, and do that multiple times? They said, yes, sir. I said, well, by all means, I'll see you later.
Well, by all means, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Exactly. Well, by all means, I'll see you in 30 seconds. No, but realistically, I only ended up getting 30 bags. Only.
Only 30 bags of Brownie Brittle.
Because I knew that I could sell them. And the bottom line is when they're half price, you know, when they're selling for like $10 per bag, drop it down to $5, then I can sell them for $10 per bag and get 5.
There you go.
Amen, brother.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. And the reality is nobody that has tried Brownie Brittle doesn't want Brownie Brittle.
Yeah, because like once you taste it, there's no going back.
There's no going back. It's like crack, dude.
And then I discovered that that it actually makes an incredible bark.
Yeah.
You just add a bit of white chocolate and
Let
then
it cool.
and then it's real dangerous. You know, and then
it'll mess you up, boy.
Yeah, let me tell
It
you
will
that.
mess you up.
That's something that I'm probably gonna make like maybe once a month. Because the chocolate's not cheap and the Brownie Brittle's not cheap.
Either.
Although the chocolate's English. The chocolate is more expensive than the Brownie Brittle because you pay like less than $10. I think right now per bag of Brownie Brittle, isn't it? I think it's like 8 or 9.
I don't know where you're getting it from, but
Is the going price? I don't know.
I'll sell you 2 bags for 15.
No, man. Ooh, man's got the
Mercy,
deals.
mercy.
There you go.
Got the
but
deals. Hey, hit me up.
We have off-brand like chocolate. It's although you don't even need the on-brand white chocolate. You know, you need
White
some
chocolate is white chocolate.
white chocolate flavored almond bark. That'll work.
Oh,
It's like $5 or $6 per bar. It takes like 1 bar. And then I like crush up some Brownie Brittle, and then once it becomes Christmas time, gonna add some peppermint into that boy, and
gracious me.
that could be incredibly bussin'.
That could be majorly busting.
And then if that's bussin', then I'm just gonna start experimenting with different flavors, you know.
Okay.
And then seeing, you know, if I can just try to like learn how to make like a bunch of barks, because bark is incredible. It's one of those things that if you make it right, you don't need a lot.
Yeah.
All you need is that one piece, and after that, you're begging for water.
Yes, Lord.
It's so
You're begging for water.
It's so sweet. It's
you
so
can't do
rich.
nothing else without that water.
If that ain't the truth.
Yeah.
It's also expensive though. Bark is not cheap because you gotta pay for all that chocolate.
Facts, dude. Yeah, well, I'd be down to supply some of the Brownie Brittle for the next bark you make, dude.
Mercy.
Absolutely. I can be your supplier. I'll be your
Indeed.
wholesaler.
This the man right here.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you make a supply chain. It's called
Exactly.
business.
Now we are vertically integrated company.
Vertically integrated. What if we like made that our merch?
Vertically integrated.
No, we just sold bark.
Imagine that. We literally sell baked goods.
Yeah, we just don't sell merch. We just make some bussin' food and we sell it.
That's crazy, dude. I never even thought about that.
Although I think you'd have to get like a permit for that.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But like,
There's got to be some laws around like selling food on the internet.
yeah, but like, is it hard? I guess
No.
with Brownie Brittle, it'd have to be cold and all that. Like, I would not mind like opening a shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, having a candy shop would be lit.
That'd be sick.
Because I know that I'd make some bussin' candy.
Oh yeah,
You know?
little confectionery.
Yes, sir.
Gina's confectionery.
There you
I
go.
love that, dude.
But as it would be, you know, that takes money and time and,
As it does.
you know, as all things do, really. Money, time, work, you know.
Yeah.
All the
Many
above.
things. I won't say all things. Many things. Especially
many
ones
things.
that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Usually, if things matter, they have a value, and if they have a value, they cost money.
Yeah. It's true.
Or
'Cause-
they cost time, because time is valuable.
I was going to say, yeah, there has to be an exchange in value. You have to give value to get value.
He giveth
And
he
whether that
taketh.
value that you give being money or time, you're giving something.
That's the bottom
You're
line.
giving something to get something, doggone it.
It's a give and take world, mercy.
Yeah, most people are trying to get something for nothing.
Which is crazy. You know, like that there was someone who's writing this paper about how white college should be free. That ain't how it works. You can't just say college is free. Somebody's paying for it, and guess who's paying for it?
Taxpayers.
You're paying for it.
You are paying for
Everybody's paying for
it. I'm
it.
paying for it. You're paying for it.
I'm
We're all
paying for it. I'm paying for it. Y'all paying for it, which means, like, I don't think people who don't go to college should have to pay for other people's college.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line, you know?
I'm fine with that to a certain extent because obviously we've talked about this on the pod. My college tuition is paid for by people that play the lottery.
Right.
And at that point, you're just giving your money away.
Yeah.
I think that there should be systems in place like that where people can pay the lottery and pay my tuition.
Right. And that's that.
Yeah.
And you know, to be fair, that's college for free. So you can get free college in Georgia. We have free college. Oh, but that takes work.
Yeah. God
Oh,
forbid.
you're saying I have to study and get good grades? God forbid.
No, I just want to get my degree for free.
I just want to have everything for free in the world handed to me on a silver platter.
Yeah.
I want to be spoon-fed, all of it. No.
Man.
Put in the work.
There's people that have that mindset. I see them like I look into the future. I'm like 10 years from now, where are they going to be? Where are they going to be, John?
On the street.
They're going to be on the street, dude.
That's
They're going to be
fact-
wearing the fashionable trash bags.
they're the ones who are making, you know, all the fashionable trash bags.
Exactly,
and you know what?
dude.
Hey, more power
They're
to
on
them.
they're on the cutting edge of fashion. The only problem is they don't own a home.
That's, you know.
Yeah, dude.
That's the bottom
fact
line.
of the matter.
So this podcast, our main topic was technology.
Yes.
In case you couldn't tell. But we had some stories, Mercy. We were supposed to have a guest. That didn't happen.
Indeed.
Are we going to have one next week?
I think so. If I can't get Charlie, I'm gonna get Colin.
Mercy. Or we can get other Charlie.
Or I didn't even think about that.
Mercy.
Nice.
Options.
Young LLC man.
Yes, sir.
One thing that I did want to mention was the fact that we happen to have some lights
Yeah.
on our face right now.
We have some lights on our face.
I don't know if y'all
That's
can
crazy.
tell or not.
Yeah.
I might be more illuminated than normal. You might be more illuminated than normal.
Indeed.
You're probably a lot more illuminated,
I
actually.
probably am a lot. You have the angle of the door. I was
Yeah.
in the darkness.
you
know.
I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness.
mercy. But yeah, now we have lights in here. We can see. You know it. It looks nice.
Yeah. Oh, and update to the set.
And we got Black Buddha.
We've
White
got
Buddha,
Black Buddha.
Black Buddha. Sorry,
Yes.
we had to include diversity. You know, had to be inclusive in this day and age. You know.
It's not all black and white,
Now,
but it is black and white Buddha.
Now, if you notice, the black Buddha is bigger than the white Buddha. That's all I'm gonna say. With that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode
of the Minimum Wage Podcast. Where even the name is
above our pay grade. Peace. That's just how we end it. That's incredible.